You know, it's funny how many golfers get caught up in chasing, like, pure swing speed.
Oh, absolutely.
Or they're constantly tweaking their technique based on the latest tip they saw online. It can become a real obsession for some people.
It's a common path, definitely.
But what if the real key, the thing that unlocks both power and that consistency we all want, what if it's something else entirely? Something fundamental?
Right. And you watch the top pros, don't you? They just glide through the ball.
Yeah.
Effortless power looks so smooth, so easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy. But it's not just about a perfect swing plane or something.
Mm.
They've mastered control,
Mm.
and they've mastered it through balance. That's the foundation, and it's so often overlooked.
Balance.
Yeah,
Well,
without it, the whole swing is, well, it's compromised. Doesn't matter how hard you try to swing.
and that's really what we want to dig into today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a deep dive into what balance really means in the golf swing. We'll break down the different types, static and dynamic.
Yeah, look at the biomechanics behind it, too, because it's actually quite personal.
Right. And crucially, give you some practical things you can actually do right now to improve your own balance.
Think of this as like a shortcut, a way to unlock a completely new level in your game.
We're talking better consistency.
More power, but effortless power.
And yeah, lower scores. That's the goal, right?
Exactly. This isn't just another quick fix. It's the bedrock, the foundation for your best golf.
It's interesting because if you think about almost any other sport, I don't know, basketball, skiing, tennis.
Right, balance is obviously crucial.
Yeah, it's fundamental. You see it, you train for it. But in golf, somehow it often gets pushed aside for talk about swing mechanics or club path.
Or that perfect P4 position, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the reality check, isn't it? Without real balance, both when you set up and during the swing.
The dynamic part.
Yeah, the whole thing just doesn't hold up, especially under pressure.
Yeah.
You can have the prettiest swing on the range, but if the balance isn't there,
It falls apart on the course.
precisely, no amount of fancy moves will fix a shaky foundation. Think of it like a bridge, right? A well-engineered one flexes, handles the load. A poorly balanced one.
Buckles.
Exactly. Your swing needs that core stability.
Yeah.
Balance is that core engineering principle.
Okay, so if it's so vital, but maybe hard to feel or see in our own swings, how do we actually get a handle on it? How do we make it visible?
Well, that's where some of the new technology is really changing the game.
Like Sportsbox AI.
Exactly. Sportsbox AI 3D. It gives you immediate 3D analysis of what your body is actually doing during the swing. Position, movement, the whole picture.
So it makes the invisible visible.
Perfectly put. You can literally see where your balance is solid and maybe more importantly where it's starting to break down. No more guessing.
Because you can feel one thing, but the reality might be different.
Oh, absolutely. It removes the guesswork. You see your posture, your weight shift, the actual angles frame by frame. What was hidden is now crystal clear. You stop wondering if you're balanced,
Okay, so seeing it is one thing. But let's break down balance itself. Because it's not just one single concept, is it? You mentioned two pillars.
That's right. Static and dynamic.
Static first. What's that?
Static balance is all about your address position. That moment before you even start the takeaway,
A setup.
the setup. You should feel really stable, grounded, almost like you could comfortably stand there for ages, but coiled, full of potential energy.
Okay, I get that. Like a sprinter in the blocks. Or maybe a linebacker.
Exactly like that.
Yeah,
Stable, but poised for explosive movement.
that perfect stillness before the action. Okay, so if static is the setup, how does that connect to the swing itself?
Well, that's where dynamic balance comes in.
Right.
That's your ability to maintain control, maintain stability as your body moves through the whole swing.
Backswing, transition.
Downswing, follow through, all of it. The better your dynamic balance, the more efficiently you can pour energy into the ball.
Without falling apart.
Exactly. Without losing your posture, falling off plane, or making those compensations that kill speed and accuracy.
So it sounds like good static balance makes dynamic balance easier. Or can you have one without the other?
Well, they're definitely connected. Think of it as a chain reaction.
Okay.
Good static balance sets the stage. It makes achieving good dynamic balance much, much easier. They work together. One builds the platform.
And the other delivers the performance.
You got it. If your platform is shaky to begin with, your body's already fighting itself before you even swing the club back.
That makes sense. You're starting from a deficit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want a perfect picture of this in action, you just need to watch the pros. Like, look at their finished position.
Oh, absolutely. Think Rory McIlroy, Nelly Korda.
That balanced, controlled pose isn't just for the cameras.
Not at all. That's the result. That's the proof of excellent balance maintained through the entire motion, P1 to P9. They're not wobbling, they're not falling back.
They're totally poised, in control.
And that's where, again, the tech, like Sportsbox AI, is so powerful. It doesn't just look at the finish. It analyzes the entire sequence. Address.
P1.
All the way to the full finish, P9. And it's capturing like over 35 different data points in 3D.
Wow. 35 data points. What kind of things are we talking about? What specifically tells you about balance?
Well, it tracks things like how your chest and pelvis are moving, turning, tilting, thrusting,
Okay.
side bend, lift, sway, all those subtle but crucial movements. Plus, shaft angle, face angle, club path.
The works.
Pretty much. It gives you this incredibly clear, objective picture of your movement and, crucially, tells you exactly how to improve it based on your patterns.
So let's say someone struggles with early extension, hips moving towards the ball too soon.
Yeah, very common.
Or they feel like they can't rotate properly, or they spray the ball everywhere. This tech can show them how balance or lack of it is the root cause.
Precisely. It connects the dots. It makes that hidden influence of balance totally obvious. It pinpoints why you're doing what you're doing. That's huge for golfers.
It really takes the mystery out of it.
And what's really fascinating, beyond just power, is how balance affects your nervous system's ability to learn.
How so?
If your base isn't stable, your brain is constantly firing off tiny correction signals just to keep you upright.
So it's distracted.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes developing consistent muscle memory incredibly difficult. It's not just physical, it's neurological.
Yeah.
You need that stable platform for learning to happen efficiently.
That's a really interesting layer.
And it ties directly into frameworks like bioswing dynamics.
Okay, tell me about that.
It's a system that really emphasizes how our individual bodies are built differently. And that difference dictates our most efficient way to move.
So one size doesn't fit all in the golf swing?
Absolutely not. Your body type, your proportions, they determine your best motion pattern.
So are there categories, like different body types?
Yeah, broadly speaking, we talk about upper core, middle core, or lower core golfers.
Okay.
And it depends on things like your body proportions, torso versus limb length, your arm structure, even how your trail arm works in the swing.
How do you figure out which one you are?
Well, Sportsbox is great for this too. It analyzes your joint positions, your arm angles, in real time.
Yeah.
It gives us a window into your natural tendencies. Someone with proportionally longer arms might naturally be more upper core,
Right.
which might mean they favor a certain type of release or arm motion. A shorter-armed golfer might be more lower core.
This sounds like it could completely change how you approach improving your swing, a tailored approach.
Exactly. It allows for a personalized game plan. Can I give an example?
Please do.
Okay, so let's say Sportsbox shows you're likely a lower core player. Your body might naturally prefer more vertical hinging of the wrists.
Okay.
And you might find more success, more consistency with what we call a front release pattern arms, extending more towards the target post impact. Versus, say, an upper core player. They might naturally use more of a rear release, maybe more diagonal hinging. It's about understanding your biomechanics.
So recognizing your natural tendencies helps you optimize your posture and balance for you.
Precisely. Which maximizes performance, feels more natural, and, really importantly, reduces injury risk because you're working with your body.
Not fighting against it.
Exactly.
Okay, this is fantastic insight. It really peels back the layers. But for everyone listening, what can they actually do right now? Because improving balance, it doesn't sound like rocket science.
No, it's not about complexity. It's about consistency, doing simple things regularly.
So give us some drills, simple, powerful drills we can try.
Okay, first one, super simple, the foot lift drill. Get into your address posture. Now just lift one foot slightly off the ground, then the other. Just barely lift it.
Okay, what am I looking for?
If you feel wobbly, unstable, like you might tip over, that's instant feedback. Your balance is off. This drill immediately activates your core, gets those little stabilizing muscles firing.
Yeah.
Makes you aware of where your weight should be.
I can picture trying that and, yeah, maybe almost falling over at first. Okay, what's drill number 2?
Feet together swings.
Okay, literally feet touching.
Yeah, feet touching. Now just take some smooth half swings, not full power.
What does this reveal?
It immediately highlights any balance issues or excessive movement. If you're sliding, slaying, over-rotating, you'll feel it instantly.
Because there's no wide base to save you.
Exactly. It forces you to stay centered. Forces a more compact, controlled motion.
That sounds tough but revealing. Okay, one more.
Third one, The medicine ball visual drill.
Okay, I don't need a medicine ball.
Nope, just your imagination.
Yeah.
Stand in your setup. Now imagine someone is dropping a heavy medicine ball straight down from above you, and you have to catch it.
Okay.
What's your instinctive reaction? You probably engage your thighs, sink down a little into your stance, right? Brace for impact.
Yeah, get grounded.
That feeling, that grounded, athletic, stable feeling, that's what you want in your setup. It creates that solid lower body foundation you need.
So these 3 drills together,
Yeah.
foot lift, feet together, medicine ball visual, they reinforce that sense of equilibrium.
They absolutely do. They create the conditions for a smoother, more controlled swing. They help you get out of that constant correction mode we talked about.
Building the foundation so your brain can focus on the swing itself.
You got it. From the ground up.
So, okay, for everyone listening, maybe before your next ring session or even your next round, take a second, ask yourself these questions.
Yeah, definitely.
First, do I actually feel grounded, stable when I set up to the ball? Really think about it.
Be honest.
Second, can I do that foot lift? Can I raise one foot slightly without losing my posture, without wobbling all over?
Good test.
And third, how do I finish my swing? Am I in control, balanced, or am I frequently off balance, maybe taking a step?
Those answers are gold.
Yeah, your honest answers tell you exactly where you need to start focusing your balance training.
And remember, this isn't some gimmick. Improving balance is genuinely the key, the gateway to long-term consistency. Tighter shots,
Lower scores.
lower scores, and even small improvements here. They can make a massive difference across your whole game. It's often the lowest hanging fruit.
So there you have it, balance. It's powerful, often overlooked, but truly fundamental to unlocking your golf potential.
It's the secret the pros have mastered, not through magic, but through control. Fundamental control.
And now you have the insights and some drills to start mastering it too?
You know, it makes you think, doesn't it?
How so?
Just how many other things in our lives, other activities, or even just daily movement could be way better if we paid more attention to balance?
Yeah, beyond the golf course.
Way beyond. It's such a foundational human skill. Pays dividends everywhere.